this day.
So here's a cruise ship disaster. I had actually learned and watched some like YouTube documentaries about this particular cruise ship crash because it's fascinating, and I would actually recommend people looking into it. There's a lot of really insane details about this particular crash, but I was surprised it actually happened on Friday the 13th in January of 2012.
Oh, this is recent then.
Yeah, not that long ago. And there's a lot of video. People had smartphones at this time, so there's a lot of like videos taken by passengers of this cruise ship. And luckily, I believe the vast majority of people survived, although there were several deaths, unfortunately. But basically, this is a crappy captain, we'll say. We personally know a better captain than this. But, yeah.
Even the skipper will have to say, "Aye, the captain I'm stuck with. Much better than this guy."
Yeah, so in this, the Costa Concordia cruise ship disaster, Friday the 13th, January 2012, the captain did what was called a sail-by salute, which I guess is when they sail really close to a shore to sort of salute or do some kind of salute-like... It seems like a very unnecessary ritual.
Already, this sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, because...
Especially a captain who's super, like, cocky and sure of himself.
Yes. He crashed into the shore. And he then ditched. He did not go down with the ship. And this is honestly the best part of looking this up on YouTube and stuff. He had to be scolded back onto the ship. There was like some kind of like...
go back.
Yeah, there's some kind of like Coast Guard who managed to get in contact with him. It was, "Where are you?" And he was like gone. And basically this like, I think it was a Coast Guard person, started like scolding him like, you have to tell people what they have. You have to instruct the people on the ship. Wow. But the other thing that one thing I've known about this crash for is I've heard about it particularly because I've heard about it as one of the particularly heinous things that the people on this sinking ship had to deal with as they were like not being given, and the ship was sinking incredibly slowly, I believe. I don't think it ever, because it was at shore, I don't believe it ever went completely under. It just kind of like cracked and started filling with water. But it started leaking poo.
Oh.
It started leaking sewage. And so all the people stranded on it were forced to smell the stank.
Already. Huck is just
Yeah.
like, how do I get me a ticket on that ship? Woo, wait!
Yeah. But yeah, that is the story of, I think, the worst captain of a ship I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shame, that captain. Skipper, if I ever acted like that, I would hope you would scold me back aboard, too. Oh, I would make sure you were on the ship, Captain.
That's right, Captain. I tie you to an anchor, make sure you're sunk. Oh, Skipper, always can count on you to make sure to keep the captain in line.
Yep, that's right. You know best. The captain always goes down with the ship, and I'm a man of honor.
Aye, Captain, aye. Then one day you will go down with the ship. Oh, what's that, Skipper? Nothing. How would you like to...
Yeah.
It looks like it's clear sailing, Captain, eh? Next time we'll have to go into some rough waters.
Oh, by the way, Skipper, I hear there's a bit of a smell problem. You mind taking this mop and make sure that spot clean by the time I check on it later?
Oh, Skipper, you do that and I guarantee you one day you'll get a promotion. Not captain, mind you, but assistant captain. Hey, what does that mean, Captain? Oh, it means you get to plunge in my toilet every time it's clogged.
Yeah.
No, go, Skipper. And by the way, be careful. A lot of the guests are very upset right now. Hey, Captain, hi. I'll deal with the guests who want to strangle you as much as I do. Oh, Skipper, never has there been a better friend than thee.
Yeah. Make sure you hear every last one of them. You will be the go-to man for this job.
Oh, Skipper, I am so proud of you for taking the fall for this one. And I promise you, next time, that I've learned my lesson, and if it ever happens again, I will take the blame. Hey, Captain, I get to tell everyone why that I'm the one to blame for why their socks are stained with poop.
Ooh-wee.
Wait, man, this is the best cruise ever.
Yeah.
That's how that rest of that trip goes. Is that Skipper is stuck with Huck, who is talking about just like, can we do that again? No, I don't want to crash.
Can I
deal with all the poop?
Can I be an unpaid intern? Your job seems real fun.
Wait, how do it free? Oh, Skipper, remember back in the day when you had that initiative? I think the good thing for you would be to have a pay cut like Huck here. Yeah. No, Captain, no! I already cannot pay my apartment, and I have to get food every other day.
Oh, that doesn't sound like a good work ethic to me.
Oh, Skipper, you never get anywhere if you just complain. You got to put on your boots and work hard. Now you go do that while I go play volleyball with our guests to try to take their mind off the crash.
Yeah.
Hey, Captain, I.
Yep. Well,
that's right.
Yeah, that's the surprise. This one happened on Friday the 13th.
Yes.
That's an unlucky day.
Do you think maybe there was a part of that captain when he was being like talked to by the Coast Guard, just like, I thought that was just like a thing you say, like the post office. Like, I didn't know
you really
were actually supposed to go down with the ship.
But I'm the captain. Yeah. Why would I? I'm the most important person there. Why would I die?
Like, you understand that, like, if I'm on a lifeboat, I can guide them to safety. You want these idiots in the middle of the ocean with no captain? That to me is crazy. I don't get that.
Who else is going to point to where the sinking ship is?
Guys, if I knew I had to go down the ship, I never would have signed up to be a captain.
Yeah. Should have been a bus driver. They never have to go down with the bus.
Exactly. Pilot? I mean, they give you a parachute. You just jump right out of there. But like, go down with the ship. I mean, what years did we learn nothing from the Titanic?
Yeah. Next, you're gonna tell me that women and children actually have to go first.
No, come on.
What are we gonna do without the dudes?
How is that fair? I mean, I believe in first come, first serve.
Yeah.
If you can run up first, I mean, that's who it should be. And children, look, are the kids really going to be able to guide us? We need the elderly's wisdom.
Yeah, exactly.
Us. Let the children sink for all I care. The parents can go make some more.
And speaking of elderly, like, are we actually expected to help old ladies cross the street? Really? Because last time I checked, they need to learn how to fend for themselves, and if they can't, they should be in a home.
You know? I mean, look, that traffic light with the flashing white guy, if you can't get across the street before you see the red hand come up...
flashing white guy sounds like a very different thing, but...
You know, yes. When it came out of my mouth, I was like, oh, that did not sound, you know. But the traffic guy, that sounds better.
Yeah.
If she can't cross the street before she sees the red hand, maybe she deserves to die.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's survival of the fittest if you think about it. And
I mean, Darwin was right.
Yeah,
let's just call it.
Yeah, by being a captain, I kind of am the fittest.
Yes.
So, survival for me.
Oh, exactly. And they're just like, no, tradition, darn it. You gotta go with tradition.
Yeah.
But he did. He did eventually give in and went with tradition to go back to that ship.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you've ever been on a cruise, but that's one of the last things I'd ever do in the entire world. I know that the likelihood of... I think I would rather die on a plane crash than die in a sinking ship. In a cruise, surrounded by, like, Jimmy Buffett playing over, like, crappy loudspeakers and and like a chlorine filled pool spilling out into the ocean,
Yes.
and seeing like no, I don't want a DJ to fall on me as the ship capsizes.
Yeah, or you have the violin players like from the Titanic.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is that like today the violin player, instead of there being like a few solemn violin players like playing us out, it's gonna be some like 40-year-old dude with a ponytail and a goatee, and he's gonna have a JBL speaker that barely covers the right amount of audio distance, and he's gonna play us all out to like a medley of like Drake leading into whatever old people on cruises like Jimmy Buffett, or he's gonna like play the Eagles.
Hey guys, we may be dying soon, but coming up, we're going out listening to the king himself, Elvis.
Yeah.
Now, as you prepare to take that final breath, here is "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog."
Yeah, and then I just go, God, I wish I was on a plane.
I wish I was dead already.
Yeah.
That's like at the end, like when they're sinking, because of the world we live in now, you can give like user reviews as you're sinking and waiting to die.
2
like,
stars.
Hey guys, remember to give us those positive reviews. Remember, your positive reviews help us serve our community with great vacations.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I will be closing my Yelp account now because, as the saying goes, the DJ always goes down with the ship.
Yes. Yeah, I've never been on a cruise. I really don't have any intention on going on a cruise because besides the fact that it could sink, like, I just never understood the appeal. Like, you're on a boat in the middle of nowhere.
You're basically just at a Holiday Inn that's in the water.
Yeah, you might as well just stay at a hotel and never leave.
Yeah, and I mean, I also get like, at some of them you do briefly get off the boat at like tourist stops, like I don't know, Jamaica or the Key West or whatever it might be, but that's even a bigger like to be around a bunch of like 60-year-old drunks as they like flood out into this like underprivileged tourist community in like Jamaica or something, where do these cruises go? I guess there's some like European, like Portugal or something, but like just these
I think some of them go like Mexico, South America.
Yeah. Just like flooding out into like a tour, just drunkenly flooding out from a cruise ship into like a tourist thing where someone's gonna come up to you and try and sell you like a leather wallet, like just souvenirs. It's not exactly seeing the country.
So I have a relative who loves to go on cruises. Actually, a couple of them.
I do too. Yes.
Yes, I don't get the appeal, but good for them.
Yeah.
So they were going to go on a cruise. Maybe it was the last Friday the 13th. I don't know. I think it sounds right that they were leaving on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
But they had to wait because the ship had an outbreak of disease that was causing everyone to have diarrhea.
Yeah. I forgot about it. Like they basically are, cruise ships basically are like petri dishes. They're big floating petri dish. Like I can't imagine. I feel like the horror stories of people being wildly sick on cruises is just, yeah.
Like they were watching a report on the local TV news about how that ship had to be cleaned down because there was an outbreak of disease.
Yeah.
And we were able to watch the clips on YouTube. And by the way, this is actually a true story. I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
They went on another cruise because that's like their favorite vacation is cruising. They went and stopped off at a place. and one of my relatives was at a gift shop and went outside to have a cigarette, and some guy went up to him and said, "Hey, you want to buy some cocaine?" And he had like a whole bunch of crack with him.
That's
and he was
awesome.
just like, "No thanks," because that's what you do. You don't just say no to drugs. You say no, thank you. If there's any lesson I want to impart on this
that's really
show,
kind of them to offer.
yes, and you say no, thank you. And that's how we act as a society. You don't say, "No, police, swarm, swarm, swarm."
That is
you
correct.
Say, "No, thank you, but best of luck in your vision,
in
your entrepreneurial career."
Yes. I don't typically believe much in business or entrepreneurship, but when I do believe in it, it is in those people at those tourist spots on cruises who are trying to, like, swindle these, Hawaiian shirt wearing white people stumbling around near the sandy beaches.
Yeah, they've all had a couple drinks already.
Yeah,
on this
they're
trip.
like, I guess I will buy this, tiny, like, cruise ship snow globe or something.
Yes. And you ever hear about how many stories you hear about people on cruise ships who go missing because it's thought that they fell over? There was, like, on a Disney cruise, there's, like, some worker who they think got swept up by a wave. Like, you can't stop the waves. You can't stop the ocean.
Yeah, and it's the combination of drinking and being out in the ocean is particularly bad.
Yeah. And, some people, they get excited. They see, like, whales jumping out of the ocean. I'd be terrified. I'd be like, guys, get us out of here. Because if you watch, like, Free Willy, they'll jump in the air and they'll go on their back, and they don't care where they land.
They'll just land right on it. I mean, haven't you seen Pinocchio?
Oh, that's right.
We don't want to end up in
whole.
there. Yeah. Or Moby-Dick, which I really don't know much about. But I assume it's not. I assume the whale wins.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of a dude has a... I mean, Captain Ahab, what does it say about this dude that his arch enemy is a whale?
Yeah. I'm sure
is
there's...
he 100% sure that every time he sees that whale, it's the same whale he saw before?
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty lame, and I'm sure that's literal and there's no metaphor there or anything. If I know anything about literature, I usually just kind of take it literally.
Like,
that's why it's called literature.
I could understand if it was set at SeaWorld, and Captain Ahab always went to that, like, show. It was just like, Moby-Dick, I hate you so much.
Yeah.
By the way, how does he know this whale's name? Did he just
told
name
it
it
to
himself?
him in a dream. He hates it so much he named it.
He named it Moby-Dick.
Yeah.
I understand why. I mean, that sounds like the name, something you would name an enemy, like, you Moby-Dick.
Yeah, exactly. His least favorite artist plus an insult. Moby-Dick.
Exactly.
Right
now, I think the plot we just came up with, far better.
Yeah,
far better than whatever.
And much more symbolic.
I think it was it Herman Melville?
Yep.
I think that's the dude's name.
Yeah.
Much more interesting plot. Set at SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Although, copyright reasons, Oceanland.
Exactly.